Hey, howdy doodles. Can you hear me? I gotta hook up my headphones so they'll be charged. My stomach shrank today. I know, because I just ate like a cheeseburger's worth of food. Not even fries, just like a cheeseburger's worth, and I've got indigestion. No, that's today. That's later today. Tomorrow, today. Not sure how much of this I can do, but we'll do a little bit of it. I got episode 3 of this one. Apparently there's 11 of these. Excuse me, I thought there was 5. We've already done a bunch of them though. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them done. So we've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 4 of them left. But we'll do the Randy check first. Indigestion. Yeah, he is kind of the Monopoly. He's like the Monopoly guy's kid, or the Monopoly guy as a teenager. That's a good point. It is the same animation style. We gotta go get a live dead drop. There we go. Randolph 3.
Randolph Safe House reporting. Package 1 is away. No problems. Route cleared as promised. Runner reports recipient is, as of now, closed for business. Switchboard spooked her. We're working a new route. If our friendly neighborhood heavy can take out hostiles at the following location, that would make our life a lot easier. Mr. Timms out.
Oh yeah, he's even got the point. Everybody wants to pass go. I mean, you gotta go to, if you pass, you gotta go to pass. If you pass enough gas, then you know it's time to go. Not sure what we're doing here.
trailer parks are a decent place to shack up for the night.
This guy. He's gonna turn them all against us. He's gonna do something and he's gonna wake them all up.
Seems we have a tail.
Found him. How's your kitty cat doing?
Fighting again. Great. We live to fight another day, and night, and day, etc., etc.
This game used to be kind of fun, but it's weird because they have some kind of randomizer. So even if your bullets are pointed right at them, you can still miss. It's weird.
Ah, terminals. It's like the old world flipping us off all over again.
Oh, so I'm trying to get rid of the dud words. The ones that don't count. Oh yeah, look at that. The nose is the same. The eyes are the same. The ears. The walk. Probably inherited the shoes from him. I think you're right. They must be related.
Nice. Storytime Simon here. Welcome back. And here it is, part 2 of The New Squirrel. One night, a red squirrel appeared at the bottom of Ricky's oak tree and woke Ricky and his family. "Oh, please help me," said the red squirrel. "I am lost and have nowhere to go." The elders were quick to turn the red squirrel away, but Ricky scurried down the trunk of his tree and stood firm next to the red squirrel. He yelled up at the elder squirrels. "How could you turn him away? Just because he's from another tree? He needs our help." Affected by Ricky's assuredness and determination, the elders agreed to take in the red squirrel. The red squirrel thanked Ricky for standing up for him. "You won't regret this," he said. End of holotape. Please insert holotape 3.
Oh, yeah, it's a sad story. The squirrel did turn on him.
Storytime Simon here with the exciting conclusion to The New Squirrel. "Tomorrow we can get to know each other and become best friends," said Ricky to the red squirrel. The red squirrel made a sound that Ricky took for agreement, and the two squirrels curled up to sleep.
Well, yeah, I think I can tell him to get in there.
Yo, psst. Tell me what you want. Your wish is my strong recommendation.
Or not. Squirrel bites him. We've got some of that music. I think the squirrel invites a bunch of other red squirrels. Or maybe it invites a raccoon or something like that. I don't know. It's sad. There's too much sadness in this game. Need to find a better game. But we just keep trying to inject happiness.
Anyone got some holy water? I'll try that on them. Insert something Shakespearean involving death and your inevitable doom. You might want to wipe the blood off anything you find there.
Yeah, more flowers like the last game we were playing with all the snow. They had flowers. You could plant flowers. It's kind of nice.
Yes.
Need one where we can plant pineapples. Just like Colette does. My tummy hurts.
Hello, my name is Storytime Simon, and I hope you like stories, because I love to tell stories. This one is called The New Squirrel. Come with me on this magical adventure. There once was a young squirrel named Ricky who lived in a big oak tree in a city park. Ricky was a brown squirrel and lived in the oak tree with all his brown squirrel friends and family. Every day, Ricky would look out from the top of his tree and wonder what kind of squirrels lived in other trees. The older squirrels warned Ricky that the squirrels in other trees were thieves and liars. They were never to be trusted. Ricky had a rebellious heart and would not form his opinions based on anecdotal evidence. End of holotape. Please insert holotape 2.
That's a pretty short tape.
Storytime Simon here. Welcome back. And here it is, part 2 of The New Squirrel. One night, a red squirrel appeared at the bottom of Ricky's oak tree and woke Ricky and his family. "Oh, please help me," said the red squirrel. "I am lost and have nowhere to go." The elders were quick to turn the red squirrel away, but Ricky scurried down the trunk of his tree and stood firm next to the red squirrel. He yelled up at the elder squirrels. "How could you turn him away? Just because he's from another tree? He needs our help." Affected by Ricky's assuredness and determination, the elders agreed to take in the red squirrel. The red squirrel thanked Ricky for standing up for him, You won't regret this, he said. End of holotape. Please insert holotape 3. Storytime Simon here with the exciting conclusion to The New Squirrel. Tomorrow we can get to know each other and become best friends, said Ricky to the red squirrel. The red squirrel made a sound that Ricky took for agreement, and the two squirrels curled up to sleep. Later that night, Ricky woke up to the sound of leaves rustling in the oak tree. He looked around. The red squirrel was gone. Ricky surveyed the landscape below and saw a pack of glowing eyes approaching the base of his tree. Cats! Ricky heard a voice from a nearby tree. It was the red squirrel. I'm sorry, he said. They were following me and I couldn't bring them to my tree. They would have eaten my family. As the cats ascended the tree and began to devour Ricky's friends and family, Ricky reflected on his decisions. His last words were, I really wish I would have trusted my elders. The end.
Cats, that's what it was. Ah, yeah. A peppermint to settle my stomach. I think I'm gonna drink some water. That usually settles my stomach. Cannot be disarmed. You see that? I can't believe that they're allowed to actually do that.
Your business model. We team up.
I think the followers should be prevented from tripping mines and such. Because I never crossed the mine. I do have some breath mints, actually. Oh. Oh, what's his name gave him to me? Kiwi Claw. Remember those super powered mints?
Really? So close. You know, you're really good at this. Too good.
I've talked to him and video chatted a few times.
Oh, that's an odor.
Yeah, he sent me a hard drive. I need to get some VR stuff so I can play VR with him. Need to get a VR headset. They're not cheap though. Then there's a bunch of software to install after. And then my favoriteest game in the whole world even has a VR video game that I need to play. And I bought it because it was on sale. But I haven't played it yet because you gotta have VR to play it. Them selling it was just an attempt to get more people to buy VR. They were trying to make it catch on. But VR, it's an expensive thing to begin with. And that's why it never really caught on. You gotta pay a bunch, you gotta do a bunch, and
Don't look, but I think we're being watched. We live to fight another day, and night, and day, etc., etc.
Half-Life. They even made Half-Life 2. And the thing is, like Half-Life was a real landmark game. It was a huge deal when it came out. And then when Half-Life 2 came out, it was another huge deal. And back then, video games were still pretty much separated between computer games and Nintendo games and Sega games. But nowadays, they're all together for the most part. You could buy a video game on one. You could buy it on all of them. And a lot of video games are online, massive multiplayer. They call them MMOs, massive multiplayer online games. like this game here, they even made a version that's an MMO. It's called Fallout. This is Fallout 4, and they made Fallout 76. There's no storyline. You just go online and play, search around, and shoot with other people. It's kind of boring. That's why not many people played it. Yes, Half-Life Portal. Yep, Portal is on the same engine. And it's an old-ass game now. But at the time, it was a big deal. And to this day, there is no Half-Life 3. But there's always, like, they left it on a cliffhanger. And they never solved the cliffhanger, and the people that bought the rights to it, they'd gotten a disagreement with the person who's the writer for the story, and the writer for the story came out with a bunch of stuff, but it still doesn't answer a lot of the questions. So it's like, who is the G-Man, and what happened to Alex's dad? Do you get to fly the helicopter? All that kind of stuff. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words, and we get 4 tries. So that removes a bogus one. There's another one. And that one. That should have removed enough of them. And that says one likeness, so one of them, oh, one of the letters in that word lines up with one of the letters in the word that is the actual code. That's the word. It's the only one left.
I'm in.
Powering up. Protectron on duty.
What a mess. And for me to say that, you know it means something.
Yo, psst.
What is it? Let's see what I got in my pockets. Yeah? What's
We gotta
mine
get
is
him
yours,
to
pal.
equip it. There we go. They were just small developers who sold. Yeah, Half-Life, it was a small game compared to nowadays. Because the thing is, with the old games, like Doom 1 and Doom 2, you could only look side to side. But with Half-Life, you could actually look up and down and around. And then they had really good puzzles, storyline, and good guns. Wasn't ridiculous. It was good art. Then when Half-Life 2 came, see, with Half-Life 1, if you took something like this garbage can and you set it on the table, it would just sit there. But with Half-Life 2, then when you set it on the edge, it rotates. And that's called the Havoc physics engine. And it was the first game to use the Havoc physics engine. Idea of small business and capitalism just was gone and gave way to the board. They were young kids, I'm pretty sure. Well, I remember in 2007, I saw this interview with a game developer talking about the future of gaming. He was like, the future of gaming is to have free games, and then you'll be able to buy additional content for the games. He was talking about DLC and the way that you can like buy skins and stuff like that. And he was right. That's how it went. Alright, something's going on. He was right about that. That's how it is. But it turned out to be all these massive multiplayer games. And there's no storyline.
We could always use some more ammo.
Which is the very same reason that it's hard for Bethesda to generate new games like Elder Scrolls 6. There's just not enough money in it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Are you for real? Okay, talk about poor design, right? That's why they're having trouble making Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5. It's because there's not enough money to spend the time on it when they could just spend the time doing something else. And I remember when the internet was coming out and there was a lot of advertisements for Phoenix Online College, and what you could learn at Phoenix was stuff like video game development and document processing. And I was like, ooh, video game development, I should do that. Because it was time for me to...
Valuable salvage. You'll break your back carrying worthless scrap.
It was time for me to start looking at, you know, what I should do as a college course. And at the time the internet was so small, it was like, well, the internet's not going anywhere. You should do something real with your life. Boy, was that a mistake. Should have gone into video game development, because like video games weren't a revenue source at the time.
You live to fight another day, and night, and day, etc., etc.
And then when the movie Grandma's Boy came out and video game competitions started to become a popular thing, people saw that there actually was money in it. Wait, am I supposed to go out that door? Or is that a trick? I think I am supposed to go out that door. Worst college degree ever. It is the board being the drive for a company's future. I need to go get Ada. I sure do. She's gotta be like one of the best companions, especially since you can modify her. Well, the thing about a degree in video game development, I wonder if companies actually hire people with degrees that have video game development. Because it's one thing to get a degree, but you gotta get the job to get the rollover. To get the ROI.
You know, I do long, lazy, dull days, right? They just pay you to play dead.
I'm glad I gave him that gun. Thing worked out pretty good. He's getting it done. They do not. No money. Breaking out of testing.
Nice.
Oh, look at us stuck. They do not. You can become a tester at best or invent something of your own. True story. When I was in, oh wow, what was it, like 4th grade, maybe 5th grade? I was playing Nintendo. I don't even think they had Super Nintendo then. And I was bored in class. What do you got? Paper and a pencil. So I started making levels, like 2D side-scroller levels for a video game where you'd play as a grasshopper. Wasn't that special. I'm not gonna try and brag or anything. It was basically Super Mario, but as a grasshopper. And guns, of course. Gotta have guns if you're gonna have a cool game. You know. Probably still have those somewhere. Not sure if I ever named it either. I guess that means I probably wouldn't have been a very good video game developer. Now 3D design is not worthless. What about AI? Art Anonymous. What about AI? I figure that's the new... Well, Let's see. I made a meme. I would like your opinion of the truth or untruth of this meme. Let's see. How do I show the internet? There we go. I use that one, but basically, you know, it's AI and then VR is getting pushed to the side, and nobody talks about 3D anymore. Last time I heard about 3D was like 2009 when they were coming out with all the flat screens, and they're like, what's the next version of a flat screen? Because we already got HD, now we got 4K, and they came out with 8K, but then all the broadcasters have to switch to 8K, and it was enough for them to switch to HD to begin with. So it's like they're not going to go any higher def than they are right now. At least not for another decade or so. In 3D, it's like, well, that was kind of neat because you don't have to wear this giant headset. And I went to an IMAX theater, a real IMAX theater, where the seating is like this, and the screen is top to bottom, side to side, full immersion. And it's pretty cool. I went there for like a documentary where you're flying on a helicopter through the Grand Canyon, and it felt like you're flying. Then I went to the same theater for Spider-Man 3, and it wasn't that special. Now, I did go to Universal Studios when I was younger. It was in the 90s. And they had us get into this DeLorean. It's like a four-door convertible DeLorean. It's weird. It was like a car that they kind of made DeLorean-ish. And they raise everybody up like 6 feet in the air where there's screens all the way around you, and then they just slightly move the car a little bit, and then they have the screens going. That was really cool. That was pretty fun. It felt immersive. And that seemed kind of like VR, but that's expensive, and they have to make the content for it. So now I'm wondering, is AI going to be the next boon, or is it going to be something that just kind of peters out? Deep feeling is that an AI engine can be fed, and we can feed it till we depend on it and become too dumb to have original thought, and it will implode on itself. Only we have original thought. They bring fear. Okay. Here's a notion I was having earlier today as I hear about Milo. You got Alexa, you got Siri, you got, what is it, Carlos or whatever, the new one that's taken over for ChatGTP. And then you got Amazon has their AI bot, Rufus, and Lowe's, the hardware store. Need help shopping? Ask Milo. The new Lowe's AI bot. And Milo is going to be optimized to bring the shareholders the highest return of investment. And as with anything with capitalism, first you have competition, where the companies will give more and more to the customer to try and gain market share. And as they maximize their market share, then they start to take from the customer. It's like they feed on each other, and then they start to feed on the customer, or turn on the customer. And I'm thinking that's basically where this AI bot thing is going to go. But the thing is, I don't use the AI bots like Rufus. I don't use that. About the 3V AI, 3D, VR, and 3D were gimmicks. AI is different because it can change itself. Right. Yeah. So let me give you an example of an AI, excuse me, feeding itself. Because AI does two things. It collates and it predicts.
You really walked the freedom trail? By yourself?
Let's go get our well-rusted bones before we collect our
You can learn a lot from him.
glorious experience points. Feed me Chivos. I need love.
Glad you're with us.
I'm looking for it in a video.
Is under opposition control.
Man,
Securing a new...
I am so tired. I spent all day yesterday scrolling through social media and I still haven't found love or money. That's one of my jokes. Will hurt you
Route
to
isn't
survive.
glamorous, but it's
But
still
what
important
is-
work. If our runners can't move Synths safely out of the Commonwealth, the whole organization is paralyzed.
Yeah.
Happy to help.
Keep assisting Randolph's safe house. They've got 2 more Synths in there. I don't want to lose them.
Is this a Radiant quest?
The world's a dangerous place for anyone in my way.
I think it's a Radiant quest. I'm not sure. Randolph, does Randolph ever stop? Randy.
The DIA. Shit, man. That cache you found has some real serious high tech. But the creme de la creme is ballistic polymer weave. Lightweight, serious stopping power. And it looks just like normal clothing. I got some in stock now. Oh, give me some time. I got all sorts of ideas.
Show me what you got.
Made a new batch of whatnots for you.
Alright. What about the weather vane though, Tom? Ballistic weave yet? That is what is up. I have not gotten ballistic weave yet. Does it go on your ballistic sack? Because I definitely want to protect that. Our communities have been completely exploited by corporate interests. Well, that was the thing about Thomas Jefferson, you know, the nickel guy. Let's see, you know the $10 bill guy, Alexander Hamilton? And he was in that duel with Aaron Burr. It was the last legal duel in America. And their whole fight, Aaron Burr was Thomas Jefferson, the nickel guy's vice president. And the whole fight was between Jefferson and Hamilton, saying that we don't want to have a Federal Reserve Bank, or do. And Jefferson said that if we have a Federal Reserve Bank, then at one day our children's children will wake up and the banks will own all the land. And that's basically what's going on, is that people are supposed to spend like a half a week earning their rent, and people spend about 2 weeks per month earning their rent. And it's a fight to have enough money to eat and keep up with the status quo to be able to compete. Because it's not just about having something, it's about having enough to be able to participate. The railroad protects your balls, eventually. Alright, I'll have to check that out. So I'm thinking about, like, if there's a stoplight and it has artificial intelligence to collate the data and predict what amount of green light or red light it should have at certain times of the day to minimize traffic stops or traffic jams, then it can change itself to minimize the traffic jams. But what programs it to think that minimize traffic jams are better, and what would stop it from thinking that maximize traffic jams are better? Would that be a different set of AI parameters? Where are you going, Tweaker Tom?
Another Mila placed and even more data. I know another building that could use a Mila.
Alright, I think we got 3 to go.
Or we could just do some business.
Alright, let's business it up.
Let's see what you got.
You got it.
Where's this ballistic weave? What's the difference between a railroad stealth boy and a regular stealth boy? 1 in 300. 1 in 41. Oh, that's just the trade difference. He doesn't have it yet. He'll probably get it soon, right? He was talking about it. Oh, ma, but you learn. Okay. Alright. That's my name on OnlyFans. Ballistic Weave. Oh, the doctor. Oh yeah, I heard that. He died this weekend. Was his name Chuck Norris? I didn't know Chuck Norris owned OnlyFans. 43? That's how old I am. What's your favorite Chuck Norris joke? I think for me it's a tie. I mean, there's a lot of good Chuck Norris jokes. What is the deal? Ah, I'm weighed down.
Wow. Now there's a fashion stick.
Now we're ready to roll. I think I like the one where, well, there's the one where they say, when monsters go to sleep, they check under the bed for Chuck Norris. That one's pretty good, but I think my favorite's probably the one about how Chuck Norris doesn't have to flush the toilet. He just scares the shit out of it. That's a good joke. Oh, you turn 43 next week. Ah, we're all turning 43. Next, we're going to be playing Fallout 43. Chuck Norris had every fans. good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Oop, dang, son of a biscuit tin. Where'd you go?
Seems we have a tail.
Oh, he's gonna burn off his bullets pretty quick.
You know, running away is always an option. I won't shoot. Promise.
Really? Congratulations. Well, hopefully you don't die. And if you do, put it on OnlyFans. I used to love those, but it's been a while. Yeah, I had trouble thinking of any that were actually funny. But I saw a lot of posts where people are like, hey, post your favorite Chuck Norris joke. There's just so many of them. When Chuck Norris heard that nothing could kill him, he tracked nothing down and killed it. There are no streets named after Chuck Norris because nobody crosses Chuck.
Yes.
Snake bit him, and after days of agonizing pain, the snake died. The one about the bear rug, it wasn't dead. It's just afraid to move. Death once had a near Chuck experience.
Nice.
Be honest and say the one that got me back when it was a thing. Might die. Wait a minute. What on earth is going on? Oh, we opened a bank vault. Okay. Giznor. All right then.
That's it. Got it.
Well, it's not what we came for, but I'm not complaining. Much. So what are you gonna do for your birthday? Are you gonna eat cake? I think my last birthday I went and played laser tag. That was pretty cool. Always wanted to do that. It was a pretty cool place to play laser tag too, because it had 2 levels. So you could run up the stairs and across and then run down the other stairs. Of course, all the other places in between. I didn't really understand how the game portion worked. I just shot at people. It's Friday. You got a Friday birthday. That's cool. Party time. Well, shoot. It's a long ways off. I think we're a long ways away from where we're supposed to be. Oh shit, there's a grasshopper. What game are you gonna play? Oh, oh. Crying out loud, okay.
Payback time!
I love this gun. This is the best gun. I mean, it's a tough choice, but dang, that quad barrel launcher. Well, born on Easter originally. Wow. Yeah, laser tag was fun. It was a thing. There was other people there too. So that kind of made it cool.
Sweet. Now I'm feeling all sorts of uncomfortable about my locker back at HQ.
Time to
This is something Shakespearean involving death and your inevitable doom here.
Alright, dagnabbit. These Mila missions are kind of annoying. What gun is that? Oh, the quad barrel targeting missile launcher. The Gauss gun is pretty cool, not gonna lie. I got the Beatnik. It's a good gun. But the quad barrel missile launcher, that really gets the... I am here. I am here. Where are you? Oh, shit. Right in the ball peen hammer.
I can hear you. Stupid noises there.
Well, gee whiz. Critical hits cause target friend. Finally. A decent weapon. I've been getting all kinds of these legendary weapons, and they're all melee weapons. And it's like, dude, I should play with that. It's worth it. I don't even have the level up yet to get it. In order to mod to get the targeting computer, you gotta have like gun mod 4 and science mod 2. But I wound up finding it. It was a blessing. And the quad barrel, I mean, that's just a requirement for it to be awesome.
We got fun time incoming.
Use a lot of missiles fast.
Back before I met you, I'd go whole days without massacring a bunch of things.
Okay, one tip. Notice how he was here, but I aimed up here. That arc, since it has targeting that arcs the missile. So like this guy, it'll hit something. So I'll just go up here. And it arcs the missile around.
Don't look, but I think we're back in business.
Running out of missiles though. I'm gonna have to go and buy some. Freaking expensive.
Team up with a mortuary. You see where I'm going with this, right?
Like 100 caps a piece. So I just spend the whole game saving them. And never actually have fun with it.
I am super mutant! I am unstoppable!
Well, I'm gonna
Where'd
come
you
stop
go?
you.
Huh? Gotta find you! Gotta kill you!
Uh-oh, more of those.
Come out wherever you are!
I'm definitely not taking my time to pay attention.
This is no game, human! We win, you die!
I'm not looting, I'm not taking the time. Ammunition manufacturing, but it seems like it's not worth it. Yeah, I got the bonus for find more ammo, but really the only thing I ever buy is ammo. And I've gotten to where I have so much of it that I don't even buy it anymore. I've just been storing stuff. One of my favorite turrets is the missile turret. I like explosions. Let's rock. And there's some save from when the game came out where I'm on Far Harbor, and that giant crab creature, that hermit crab that's inside of a bread truck, actually got that thing to follow me like half a mile to one of my settlements. Where I have 10 missile turrets. And it was like the 4th of July. If the 4th of July was happening in Iran right now. Prawn, I don't know. There's so many ways to say it. I try not to tell political jokes. Things are so darn political anymore. The bartender tried to put ice in my drink and the tequila jumped out. I mean, I don't watch a whole lot of political news, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. There's only one political joke that I wrote. And it's so stupid. I write a lot of jokes based on wordplay. Got it.
Bingo.
Don't remember what it's for, but I do remember that I need it. Oh shit, it's for a thing.
We're sucking up rats here.
See, what was my political joke? Oh, yeah. The country Iran has changed its name to I Shoulda Ran. Waka waka. Unless you're in Iran. Terrible. Oh, no, not falling for that one. But I was literally falling. How do I get up there, though? That's where I'm trying to go. That one, I think. Did someone say politics? I've never bought ammo. That's the only thing that I buy. Is ammo. That's like the only thing I buy. Someone say politics? I just got the Sentinel armor. How's it going, Neons? Sentinel armor? Where do you get that? To be a companion, so him and Ada helped me beat the hermit crab. Oh, right, the hermit crab. I was talking about that. Okay, yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. I am not Fozzie. Run, walk or run. Walk or... No, there's... Okay. I give up. I just 1986 all over again. It's just 1986. I don't remember 1986. Actually, you know what I do? I do remember 1986. I had some Scooby-Doo shoes. And they were so dope. They were so cool because they had like the shoe with the laces. They had this little pocket in there so you could put your address in there. That way if you got lost, then you could give your address to a stranger and they could take you to your parents. Back when people trusted each other. Alright, son of a biscuit tin. We're taking this one. Right or left?
Going up.
throwing up. I just 1986'd all over myself. Yeah, you gotta watch out for that Soylent Green. I remember people my age had more money. The cost of living versus wage was not as tragic. Well, yeah, that was the thing, is that you could actually afford to, like, have your own apartment or house. There weren't as many luxuries. Like cable TV, that was a luxury. There's a lot more books. It can look like 86 when you have assets at home and a retirement. Yeah, a retirement fund, that's a big thing. Good old banking. I mean, banking has gotten so wild. So wild. There's a car wash. And it's a basic car wash. It's not one of them fancy car washes with like the neon signs and stuff. It's little more than a pressure washer with some soap in it. And it's $4 to get out and pressure wash your car. Now the ridiculous part is getting out and having to turn 4 $1 bills into quarters and then feed all 16 quarters into the coin slot to get 4 measly minutes, which is just barely enough to get soap on the car, spray the soap off, and then give it a spot-free rinse. And it's a car too, it's not like it's a truck. That would definitely take 5 minutes at least, at the very least. So you'd be feeding 20 quarters in this thing, and you can use a debit card or a credit card, but there's a little sign that says all debit and credit has a minimum $10 hold for 24 to 72 hours. So if you buy a $5 car wash, they're holding $10 of your money for at least 1 to 3 days. Which is kind of like some, that's some PayPal stuff. Where they hang on to your money for the processing period and then they earn interest during that time. Ooh. Do not have what people their age used to have. Oh, we're weighed down. Yeah, I don't need that. They'll be fine. Alright. I think I am about ready to call it an evening. Parallels between Iranian conflict and the Libyan war. Both center around the Straits of Hormuz.
Randolph Safe House has got another dead drop for you.
Or the not-so Straits of Let's see. Oh. I didn't know that. I'm actually not familiar with 1986, except for the references.
I hope
Oh. Alright, we got 2 more of those Milas to do.
to God the instant.
But I got an appointment in the morning. It is the morning. Alright. That's great chat, gentlemen. Hope you have yourselves a fine and wonderful Wednesday. See you next time.